evening, but it's looking like we're going to have that first one finally here at 8 o'clock. And FD is the pick. I'm not even... I want to say I'm a little bit surprised, but I'm not. I'm really not, to say the least. I feel like this is a very good stage for both of these combatants here. I mean, no platforms to really be able to get away from Sonic or really deal with him, or to really continue any stringy combos on, and also no platforms to really jump in or get out of the way of Link's wall pressure, or his zoning, I should say. So, not surprised at all that they decided to go here.
It'll be interesting to see how Sonicfiend plays around this flat surface, because I know Sonic's usually like to go from platform to platform, especially on Wi-Fi. So it'll be interesting to see how he uses his movement otherwise.
That's a good point. Yeah, no wavelands, nothing like that. No mixing up your options with those platforms, like jumping out of spin jump or anything, to just keep corner pressure on or anything like that. That's a really good point. So it's going to be interesting. I feel like it's going to be a lot slower, as you already said, Grayola. You already made that point, and especially on a stage like this, I can definitely imagine it. Both these guys taking their sweet time, as that air dodge is actually going to get stuffed out by the boomerang. Oh, and speaking of stuffed out, aggressive homing attack on the part of Sonicfiend right there to break Omega Dark Mage's zone.
Yeah, Dark Mage already started to use a lot of these projectiles to build his wall up, whether he's doing Z-drops or just using all of his projectiles to their fullest. As you see, they are popping him up and keeping him in the advantage situation. Again.
Popping and locking. Didn't expect to hear that term. The first match that we had going on here. Shoutouts to the 90s, or the 80s, whatever that was. I don't remember.
Shout out to a time.
Shoutouts to a time. And shoutouts to the hero of time with this lead right now, about not laughing, but about a 40%. Oh, this it slowly tacks on with the homing attack. Differential between these two players right now. Omega Dark Mage holding his own right now against this Sonicfiend, and the down air to finally take the first stock. That was actually really interesting, because he was playing very defensively that whole time, and then decided to just run in with that down air to close out the stock. I don't know if he lost a little patience, or if he just read Sonicfiend that much, knew that he was going to jump spin dash from ledge there to, just try to get back onto the stage, regain a little bit of stage control. But either way, he was able to get the stock.
Well, you can kind of see him taking note of his defensive habits as the game goes on, whether because a lot of times he's overshooting with his usage of these bombs and these projectiles. So he definitely is taking note of the defensive habits and uses it there to find the kill and put on a bit of a lead here.
Yeah, it's just knowing thy enemy, like knowing what your opponent is going to do. Like, not even just a matter of the characters, because you can look at Link and Sonic and be like, oh, I bet both these guys are just going to play really, really defensively, whatever. But that's always, that back air does not take the stock. It's not always the biggest assumption. I mean, Sonic is one thing, but Link is a character that I've been told by the best, and by the best I mean Izza, when I played him when I was playing with him at SmashCon, he thinks a lot of Links are actually playing this character wrong. He thinks a lot of them are just zoning too much when they should be in the face a little more, because, as we all know, Link's neutral air is astounding, to say the least. It beats so many moves in this game, as that forward smash takes the first stock for Sonicfiend right there. And it's, but we're not really seeing that from Omega Dark Mage right now. He's the one who's taking advantage of Sonic's actual, any of Sonic's actual weaknesses right now, because he's building a wall, trying to give Sonicfiend a hard time approaching, and by, doing so, he's the one who's, Omega Dark Mage is the one who's not pressing as many buttons, because if he was, he'd be getting eaten by a lot more of these spin dashes. Sonicfiend would be having a much easier job breaking his zone, but Omega Dark Mage, he's really just not letting that happen. He's just, as that forward smash takes the stock, running into the corner, throwing stuff, and then when Sonicfiend actually does get a little greedy and gets too close when he shouldn't, he hits him with forward smashes and then he dies.
Yeah, no, he's doing a great job so far. Mostly using that bomb, he's always having a bomb pulled out, and because of that, Sonicfiend can't really, start his game up. He has to play what Dark Mage wants to do. Dark Mage is completely setting this pace, and against a character like Link, you do not want that to happen.
Yeah, for sure. You mean you let Link take a little bit of that control, and it just becomes so much harder, man. He controls that space so well. If you ever find yourself down against him, and it's hard to be able to break that zone with a character. Actually, oh wow, never mind. What a beautiful trap right there, throwing the bomb down, as Link players are wont to do, and creating that hitbox up the top, sort of like a mini gyro, and then thusly comboing into Sonic forward smash. That was a beautiful ledge trap by Sonic to even this game out.
Yeah, great awareness for him to be able to pull that off, and just like that, he's within fighting distance in this match. He needs to get something started here before Dark Mage can start up his camp game again, but definitely not out of the realm of possibility.
No, not at all. I mean, Sonic can tack out damage really, really quickly if you Sonic can tack up damage very, very quickly if you he's not careful, or like if his opponent is not careful, I should say. And look, already at 42, already lapping him, and even in percent. There you go, already got him up to 72, and after all that time and all that camping effort, it's looking like Sonicfiend is the one who's up in the lead right now. But as this game slowly, the percentage tacks on even more. It's even, to say the least. But that lead is in the favor of Sonicfiend now, who is now the one who has no real reason to approach since he's in the lead, rendering Omega Dark Mage's camping game a little more useless. But that down smash from there?
Yeah,
wow.
No, it was interesting in that game because you saw towards the end of that game, Dark Mage was starting to get a little bit more impatient with all of his smash attacks. He was throwing out up smashes, S smashes, down smashes. It connects there, but we'll see if Sonicfiend can abuse that habit he started to form in the next game.
Oh, for sure, man. I mean, Sonic is the type of character who can really do a good job at breaking zones if you're not careful. I mean, he is the fastest character in the game in terms of his dash speed by a full unit over Captain Falcon, which is a lot, to say the least. I mean, you know, you think about how fast Captain Falcon is, and then you can compare that to Sonic, who is literally a whole unit faster than that. I mean, there is no greater like disparity in this game between two characters in terms of their overall top dash speed or their top running speed. So Sonic the Hedgehog takes the cake. I mean, there's pretty much no outrunning that guy. And on here, you know, with the 5 to 6 extra frames of input delay, it's it's gonna be a little bit rougher to deal with a character like that. I mean, Sonic is so fast; he can do such a good job at being able to split up and break your zones. But Omega Dark Mage, he just waited, man. He played Lincoln the way that he knew how to. He camped when he had to, took advantage of the fact that there were no platformers, which he will continue to do again here on the Omega version of Hyrule Castle 64. And yeah, he just did such a good job at, like, you know, not letting Sonic ever break that zone by putting the projectiles where he had to, which against a character like him, it's not as easy as it might appear. But he is taking advantage of the fact that Sonic has no projectiles to really be able to match that zone. So now Sonic just has to rely on his raw speed and just wits to be able to get in on a character like Link.
Yeah, interesting choice to go back to an Omega form here, not opting for something with platforms as Sonic players usually like, but it's working out for him here. Looking for his edge guard, but not going to find anything off of it. And looking to reset neutral here is Dark Mage.
That, and he does. He regains stage control. He is down in percent, though. Sonicfiend is the one who doesn't technically have to approach, as he just ducks him on the way down with the angle up.
Yeah, and there you see it again, looking for these heavy smash attacks, even when it wouldn't kill. He's starting to get a little over-reliant on them, and it seems like Sonicfiend took note of that and made his comeback last match using that.
Oh, yeah. What a beautiful call out from Sonicfiend right there. He's got to start relying on those a little. I mean, he doesn't want to rely on those too much, but he can a little bit against a character like Link, man. I mean, when you get him in disadvantage, you know, you read whatever options he has on the way down. He's going to throw whatever item he can. Sonic is fast enough to run around that, loop around, and then get a punish when he has to, man. I mean, this character is all about mobility. He always has been ever since his inception of a character in Brawl. Oh my god, and the range of that forward smash is just something so good. Again, oh no, and no reverse up B coming out from Omega Dark Mage. I'm a little bit surprised he didn't go for that there. I mean, one thing I see from Delta Force, who is, you know, definitely the top Link player in New Jersey at the very least, as well as probably Tri-State. Rest in peace, Nintendo. Always the top Link in our hearts. But yeah, I mean, I'm surprised by the ledge right there. He elected to not go for a beefy reverse up B, because that cleanly goes through the stage to be able to stuff out overextensions on ledge guarding when you're edge guarding Link. So I'm a little surprised to not see Omega Dark Mage go for that. And he's just getting lapped in percent, Grayola. This is looking pretty rough.
Yeah, one thing I'll notice that he hasn't used a lot of this game is he's using that bomb significantly less. You see him start to use it a little bit, but he just can't get his camp started, you know? He's throwing out arrows and boomerangs because they're a little bit less committal, but the bomb usage last game was really what was able to do it. But he's going to find him with the up B and take the stock. So at least even his stocks now, but he needs to make this percent back quick.
Oh, yeah, he does. It's going to be hard to do that, man, especially against a Sonic in the lead. Because, I mean, I'm not sure if I've ever seen this situation before. I mean, what do Sonics do when they're in the lead on Wi-Fi?
Who knows?
I've never seen that. I mean, what do they do, Grayola? Help me out.
I think they might hit their side and they might hit their B buy. I think that might be a good strategy.
Might be a good one.
We're starting to see a little bit here, but he's Mage has made this lead back very quick. He's being relentless. Oh yeah, looking for that drop shield rate.
Oh, that was actually kind of nutty, man. The fact that they both walked away from that situation alive.
Yeah, and he's using his bomb And great distraction there. Throws out the bomb to try to get him to play a little more defensively, and as soon as he does that, he runs in with a big hit.
Ooh, he's gonna have to Z-drop this though. He already burned his jump, and Omega Dark Mage with a flub. Oh, he knows he burned his double jump way too early right there with the bomb in hand, man, and then he just didn't want to have to Z-drop it to recover back from that closely, lest he have to tech on the wall to get away, and then he just sort of upbeat and drifted back, and
yeah, he was trying to get just the perfect drift to avoid the spring, but unfortunately did not get it there. Not the easiest thing to do, but just needs a one of those big neutral wins, but not gonna find it. The S match is gonna connect, and we're gonna go to a game 3.
oh my goodness, oh Crayola. It's my favorite, you know, it's my favorite out of the box. You know, the whole 64. I want the whole 64 pack. I want the whole thing. I want the one with the pencil sharpener.
Oh, you want it all.
With it. I want it all, my friend. That was rough. Omega Dark Mage, just really Omega Dark Mage.exe. No disrespect to him, but he started it crashed towards the end of that game, man. He kept picking such bad options when he was recovering back to the level. At the end of that, his brain just kind of fried for a second there on what Link does in that situation when he's in that position. Yeah, exactly. It's like his brain just sort of fried on what to do when he was in that position because he just lost his last 2 stocks in such quick succession. And like that same situation when he was there by the ledge, like that air dodge was relatively ill-advised. It seemed a little telegraphed, and Sonicfiend knew that from a mile away. I mean, Sonic players, they love to do forward smash by ledge. They get out of bed and they wake up in the morning and they're just like, damn, I really hope I forward smash somebody by the ledge today. I really, really, really hope I do that, because then if they do and it misses, they can just run back and regain stage control, as I'm sure Sonicfiend would have done had that forward smash whiff, but fortunately for him, it did not. He was able to win that second game over Omega Dark Mage.
Yeah, he's trying to make a good comeback in that game, though. I really think it's important to highlight how when Omega is using his bomb well, he's completely locking down the neutral and just keeping it in, and then even past that, keeping himself in advantage. But when he starts to rely more on Link's hitboxes and side B and neutral B, he's not winning neutral as much. He needs to use that bomb as best he can if he wants to win this third game.
For sure, my friend, for sure. And now he might have an easier time doing that on a smaller stage where Sonic has less room to run. And I think that might have been why he decided to elect to go to Smashville here for this third pick. There's a lot less room for Sonic to be able to avoid bomb and boomerang and all the projectiles from the whole gang. Like the whole gang of projectiles that he's got going on for him. Then again, it also does mean there's less room for him to be able to deal with Sonic and his aggression, to say the least. Sonic gets up close with spin dash. There's less room for him to be able to get away and jump around that. So Sonic might have a little bit of a field day on a stage like this in terms of mobility, but it's all going to depend on how Omega Dark Mage is going to play it at the end of the day. Like, will he be able to create a what a beautiful catch with that forward air right there to be able to take the first stock. It's looking like now he's not even going to have that opportunity to set up his wall going up against Sonicfiend right now.
You see that a lot from Sonic Online. They'll look for that forward air, but they're not even looking for the full connection. Just those last couple hits, if you're deep off stage, that's enough. And we see it there. We'll see if Mage can take control of this neutral right now, but it's looking rough. Especially with Sonicfiend just willing to run away, but catching him with the Nair, such a good hitbox there.
For sure, my friend, for sure. It's going to be all about how Omega Mage can even build that wall on a stage this small, but the question is, with, a character with the mobility of Sonic, will he even be able to do that? It's all just going to depend on how they're going to be able to play this at the end of the day. Fully charging that spin dash, absolutely. Oh no, he was able to get a late nair as a punish. Caught him in a little bit of lag at the end of that. And a brilliant homing attack by the ledge to actually stall himself in the air to make sure he didn't get hit by that bomb trap.
Good way hit the F tilt though. A good catch there from Sonicfiend to catch that bomb before he lost his stock. Able to kind of take away that option, calling out how important that bomb is to Omega, and you see him setting up with it now.
Yeah, you do, man. I mean, throwing it down, it's like when Link hard throws that down, or pretty much any opponent does, it is essentially like a mini gyro. It's an active hitbox when it's bouncing up and down like that. So it's a very, very crucial ledge trap for Link. They love to get forward tilts off of that, forward smashes, whatever. Or even forward smashes from Sonic, as we saw him do in the last game. We saw him take advantage of Omega Dark Mage's bomb against him. Now you see him take advantage of it again right there by throwing it at him and then comboing into the homing attack. But now he is off the level without a jump, and Omega Dark Mage just completely flubs that edge guard.
Yeah, and great reversal and awareness there from Sonicfiend. But that's also going to take it. So we're going to go into a last stock situation here in Game 3.
Oh, God. Not how I expected this first one to go down. 4 minutes on the clock. We already got both these guys in their last game here of a winner's bracket, potentially their last game of winner's bracket, depending on which one of them wins. It's just their first. No, is this their first round? It might be. Either way.
It is Sonicfiend. It is not Omega Mage.
Ah, okay, wonderful. Good to know, good to know. He's able to roll in, get that grab, forward throw, throwing the boomerang up, creating a pretty good ledge trap. Unfortunately, the timing was just a little mistaken on the part of Omega Dark Mage. Neutral reset once again. Almost gets caught in the lag of throwing his bomb out, man. He's got to be careful when he whips those out against a character like Sonic. If Sonic is just all around spin dashing, as, you know, Sonic players are one to do in this game, you commit any laggy option, whether it's just, you know, a laggy move, you know, pulling a bomb out, whatever. If Sonic is just either paying attention or not, he might just be able to hit you for that.
Yeah, Sonic's one of those characters that can kind of bait and punish. Maybe not online due to how connection works, but one of the strengths is gonna find the F smash, catch a drift, and gonna go deep with the forward air, take the game and the set. Great stuff there from Sonicfiend to be able to bounce back from that game 1 and just capitalize on all of Dark Mage's defensive habits.
He was, man, and not even just his defensive habits. He was in his head when it came to his offensive ones too. Whenever he got Omega Dark Mage whenever he got Omega Dark Mage in disadvantage, he did such a good job just patiently either waiting or reacting to his options out of disadvantage. That had to have been like the 4th neutral air out of disadvantage for Omega Dark Mage that I have seen get covered by Sonicfiend's forward smash.